conversations. Conversations that heal, inspire, and build faith. Here at Love TV, we'll be having meaningful conversations, very real conversations, powerful interviews, and faith-based discussions. Here we will discuss family, purpose, relationship, stories, all through the lenses of God's Word. Whether you are young or old, join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. My name is Deborah Bakwanta. I'll be your host for Real Conversations. In a world full of noise, we choose meaningful conversations. Conversations that heal, inspire, and build faith. Here at Love TV, we'll be having meaningful conversations, very real conversations, powerful interviews, and faith-based discussions. Here we will discuss family, purpose, relationship, stories, all through the lenses of God's Word. Whether you are young or old, join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. My name is Deborah Bakwanta. I'll be your host for Real Conversations. In a world full of noise. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to tonight's episode on Real Talk. You can kindly like our video, share it with others. Follow us if you haven't already followed us on social media. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on TikTok. You can share this content to somebody who is also interested in these kinds of content. And then tonight, I hope that we have a very nice solo podcast session. And so for tonight, our topic is going to be what defines success. What makes you feel like you are successful? What do you measure your success by? I think it is one thing that a word that we all throw about all the time. We see people and we say, oh, this person is successful. You see another person, you say, oh, I want to be as successful as this person is. But really, what is your measure of success? Where does it truly come from? And the first thing we need to ask ourselves is, who taught us what success really is? Your idea of what it means to be successful. Who indoctrinated that kind of definition and made you feel like once it is this way, then I am successful? Realize that sometimes our success is defined by parenting. Maybe you grew up in a house where they appreciate you because of good grades. They appreciate you because you are in a particular named profession, maybe a doctor, maybe a pharmacist. And by that, your idea of success or your worldview about success is that I have to be in the limelight. And so sometimes our idea of success comes from our family as well. Other things could be our society, where you live, where you grow up. You can grow up in an environment where just having a 3-square meal is enough to make them feel like you are very successful. You can grow up in an environment when even if you have 100,000 in your account, you are still not seen as successful yet. So society in itself has also showed us what success means, or has also given us an idea of what success is. And depending on the environment that you grew up in, you may have that kind of idea of that kind of perception about success. Sometimes too, it's just based on the people that you admire. You can have someone as your role model and make their lifestyles the benchmark for your life. So you look at them and you feel like until you are like them, until you drive their cars, until you have the kind of money they have, until you use the gadgets that they use, then you are not truly successful. So maybe as we go on, maybe it's a question for you to really think about that. As you are here now and you are feeling like probably you are not yet successful, what is defining that, or what is making you feel like you are not successful? Is it coming from your parents? Is it coming from society? Or it's coming from someone that you are closely following? Another thing you need to realize is that success isn't the same for everybody. I said it earlier that in an environment where you are able to provide 3 square meal, you may look like you are very successful. In another environment where it is more competitive, you may realize that even with 10,000 CDs in your account, you are still not successful. And so I think it's dependent on the goals that you have set for yourself and your own idea of success. And so sometimes that is the reason why we don't necessarily have to look down on people. Sometimes we want to encourage people, tell them that there's more to your life, you are not doing anything, but the person looks at their own life and they know that they are trying. They know that they are getting up every day to go and then get their work done. They are building wealth for themselves. It may not be at your pace. It may not be like how you have defined it, but appreciating other people's journeys and knowing that they need to also be appreciated for the kind of journey they are on. And it comes back to the danger of comparison. Sometimes your whole ideology about success is because you are comparing yourself to the person that is sitting beside you. You are comparing yourself to the people that you grew up with. Maybe by now you felt like you should have a house, you should have a car, and it is just because your friend has a car. It is just because your friend has a house. And sometimes you need to really be grateful of the person that you have become. There are times where you would sit down with people, things that you don't even appreciate about yourself. You will need to think about it in that moment and realize that the people that you are so looking up to also appreciate those things about your life. We sometimes get caught up in everybody's highlight reel, what they post on Instagram, the good parts of their lives that they are showing onto us, but we don't see the struggles they get to go through. We don't see what they miss out in their pursuit of certain things in their lives, and then we begin to look down on ourselves. I think that if you have not yet reached your destination, but then you are not where you used to be, it is something that you need to appreciate. Nobody may understand, and that is why as an individual you need to take inventory of your own life. You need to take a record of the kind of milestones you cross, because there are days you are going to see somebody and feel like they are doing better than you, and the only thing you will need is to get back to your books and realize that you have also done some good things for yourself that you need to be proud of. Comparison steals your joy. You wouldn't want to exchange your life with the people that you are looking up to. I'm sure that if we all had a table where we could bring our struggles, our pains, and then our successes too, and then maybe pick another person's own, you get there and you realize that your life is not perfect, but at least you have peace of mind in certain areas of your life. And I think that is where we need to get to as believers, appreciating the journey that we are on individually, knowing that God has called us for a different purpose. God has called us for a different mission. And so I think today one of the things that we learned at our training was staying in our own lane, appreciating what we are doing, like telling yourself that I've really killed it when it came to this particular aspect of my life. It is not just about somebody else's idea of success. Sometimes you say, oh, nobody appreciates me. Nobody sees what I really do. But the truth is, do you see what you really do? Do you spend time to look at yourself and say, you have come far, you have grown as a person, your understanding has changed, you have become more kinder, you have become more forgiving? Do you also appreciate yourself? We are always looking for the applause of people, but sometimes you should also give yourself that kind of applause. You should also know your identity in such a way that is not determined by another person. Success should include peace of mind. What makes you feel successful sometimes is when you have peace about where you are. You acknowledge that you are not the richest person, you are not the most successful person, or you are not the person that has it all together. But there's some peace in your heart whenever you go back to see that you are doing something or you are achieving something on your own. Whatever that you are claiming you want to have, you could have them today, and if you have no peace, it will still look like you are not successful. Don't let your achievements become your identity. For some of us, if we take our job titles out, if we take our family out, if we take the money in our account out, there's nothing left to you. All you are is your job title. All that you are made of is the money in your account. And so we have built our identity so much on things that could be gone in a twinkle of an eye. You could lose your job today. Would you still feel confident about yourself? Would you still go into the same circles that you once found yourself in? If the money in your account was gone today, will you still wake up confident? Will you still wake up as a grateful person? Will you still see yourself as that person that needs to be proud of him or herself? If your friends should leave you, if all the people calling you, oh, chairman, if they stop calling you all those names, would you still wake up that morning and feel like you have still arrived? Maybe the reason why you probably feel successful is because everybody is rallying behind you. But as believers, we measure our success not by the world standard. We measure our success by God's standards. At the end of the day, what you and I are aiming for is that we stand before God and He calls us, well done, good and faithful servants. And it is not just in the area of our giftings, but that every purpose that He had for our lives, every life that He wanted us to touch, every goal He wanted us to be able to get to, every achievement that God wanted us to attain, one day we will stand before Him and He would say that we exhausted it all. And it is not by human standard. Maybe for you, all God is looking for you from you is that you meet a particular area of people. We may leave that and be chasing other things that look like success now. I want you to have eternity in view. That particular thing that you are regarding as success, is it God's definition for your life? God is our grand designer. He has the blueprint of our lives. At the end of the day, if we don't fulfill the purpose of the one who has sent us, we can't truly say that we have become successful. And so whatever you are measuring success by, one thing that will give you peace is knowing that you are fulfilling the purpose of God. And so now we need to redefine what success really is. Maybe tonight you've understood what success really is not. It's not by the standards of men. It is not by what your parents told you. It is not even by how you see other people. But then how do I really know that I am successful? Or how do I begin to see or view life as a successful person? Knowing that you are making progress. You are making progress. You are waking up every morning and you are staying consistent at what you have decided to do. With that, you are being very successful. There's a lot that consistency can bring into your life. And so if you are able to wake up every morning and pursue a particular dream, pursue a particular goal, then I'm sure you should tell yourself that you are successful. Because you woke up every morning and you had an idea of what your day was going to look like. And you saw through it that you were able to achieve it. Maybe see success as the day goes by is very, very important. When you are able to enjoy what you have worked for. Some of us are on the go 24/7. There's no rest. But sometimes success is taking a step back and enjoying what you have really worked hard for. Enjoying the fruit of your labor. Enjoying what God has given to you. Sometimes we work so hard and we don't take a moment to enjoy what God has given unto us. We get to the end of the month and we can't even buy a good meal for ourselves. Because in our minds, oh, I'm in for the big bag, I'm in to achieve a lot. But success is getting to a point where you are enjoying the fruit of the sacrifices that you have made. Now, success is also when you are no longer using somebody's life as the measuring stick. When you talk about yourself and now you talk about success based on your own idea. And it is no longer because, okay, you see Kofi has 10 cars. And I also have 10 cars, so I can say I'm successful. Success is knowing that I am on my own journey. I've been able to achieve these things, and I am successful. And there's not in comparison to another person. And you are proud of the person that you are becoming. You need to sometimes look at yourself and say, I'm proud of the man you are becoming. I'm proud of the things you've been able to get for yourself. I'm proud of the things that you said you were not going to do, and truly you sought to it that you didn't do them. Sometimes you are looking for people to tell us they are proud of us, they are proud of us. But maybe the only reason why you are looking for it outside is because you are not giving it to yourself. And so, in order for you to really determine that you are successful, you need to ask yourself, am I proud of the person that I am becoming? If I was outside myself looking in, would I be proud of this particular person? But maybe this is an uncomfortable question we will need to ask ourselves this week. That what if you achieved everything on your goal? What if you achieved everything on your career board? What if you achieved everything on your prayer board? Would you still be happy? Would you finally find peace? Would you be able to say that truly I'm at a point where I can rest? Or still at that point, there will be a hollow part of you. There will be a void that you will need to fill. Today, maybe you are in a particular area of your life. Nothing seems to be going. You feel like you are not achieving anything based on the standards that I've mentioned earlier. I want you to sit down. Ask yourself what God has for you, the kind of journey God is taking you on. If you are fulfilling the purpose of God, then it is no longer under any human timelines. God is the author of time. He is not surprised by how fast the time is going. God can bless you at any hour of the day. And so maybe you need to sit down and realize, am I really on the mission that God has given unto me? Am I really able to do certain things? Take small details of your life, every small milestone, everything that you are able to do. Look at it like stepping stones to your actual success. If you are able to see the little things, it is the little things that come together to make you feel truly successful. And so if you have never felt successful because you are measuring it by the world standards, this is your cue to measure it by God's standards. And God's standards says that once you are fulfilling His purpose, you are successful. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Kindly share it to somebody that you feel should be proud of themselves for the journey they are on. Share it to somebody that you think they should believe in themselves and believe in God for the next aspect of their lives. And we'll meet here next week for another interesting conversation. This was Real Talk here on Love TV. We'll see you next week. Kindly tune in on Monday for Spirit Word at 7 p.m. Thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye. In a world full of noise, we choose meaningful. We have some questions online, so quickly we will go through that. Sorry. Okay. So, going through our questions. Are there any questions from any of us? Okay. So we've checked through our messages and we have no questions for us tonight. And so we'll meet next week, just like I said. Thank you so much. In a world full of noise, we choose meaningful conversations. Conversations that heal, inspire, and build faith. Here at Love TV, we'll be having meaningful conversations, very real conversations, powerful interviews, and faith-based discussions. Here we will discuss family, purpose, relationship, stories, all through the lenses of God's Word. Whether you are young or old, join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. My name is Deborah Bakwanta. I'll be your host for Real Conversations.